Hey, good morning, ladies. Today is Tuesday, March 5th, 2019. I am 20 weeks and 3 days pregnant as of today. I have my anatomy ultrasound tomorrow, and which will be Wednesday, and on Thursday I have my fetal echocardiogram. I'm probably messing that up, but just wanted to come on here. This will be really quick. I'm just feel like sharing. So, I've shared a lot about my different thoughts and feelings and symptoms and stuff during this, which is my first pregnancy ever. But I am wondering, I hate being pregnant. I'm sorry. I know there are women out there that love it. I could not see, if it were up to me, the human race would be ending, because I had to be like, oh, this is a one-time thing. And everybody would have to figure it out, because you could not count on me to keep the human race going if it always feels like this. But, they say every pregnancy is different. And again, I have nothing to compare it with because this is my first. But I feel a little sad about this, making the decision not to have any more kids. Now, I know it's early, and I may just be saying that now, and I know once you have the baby, yada, yada, it's all worth it, and it'll be so cute, and all that great stuff that people is always saying. But that's because, yeah, it probably is worth it when you have your baby, and you see how cute, and, and wonderful, and cuddly, and the amazing possibilities of this new life. But our bodies also produce a hormone post-delivery that makes us forget about the pain and about everything you went through up to that point, because you just want to focus on this wonderful new life in front of you at that point. So it's crazy how God has situated this, where it's like, okay, as soon as you deliver, this crazy hormone kicks in. I forget the name of the hormone, but it kicks in that really makes you forget all the pain. And so I'm one of 3 children. Like, my mom has 2 other children, and I'm the youngest though. And my older siblings are both boys. So I'm the only girl, I'm the youngest. So yeah, I got to grow up being fairly spoiled, pretty spoiled. They might agree, a little more of a spoiled, kind of bratty. I mean, listen, it is what it is. But it's because my mother only wanted a little girl. So when you get your little girl, what do? But again, I'm the last of 3. But my brothers are not really close in age with me. My oldest brother is 10 years older than me. So I just turned 36. He just turned 46. His birthday is Valentine's Day. And my brother, who is in between us, is 7 years older than me. So, there's a bit of a gap there. And it may not sound like a lot, but it's enough to be significant enough in a child's life. So, for example, with my oldest brother, when I was 8, he was 18. He moved out and went to college. So, and then my other brother was shortly, it's only 3 years in between them. So he was shortly behind that. So I say all that to say, do I need to give this child a sibling? So that's what I'm thinking about. Do I need to think about having another baby, or maybe 2 other babies? God, who knows? Do I need to do that? Because I don't want this child to be alone. Both of my brothers have children, but as they are older than me, their children will be significantly older than my child, or this child. And so it's not like it'll just be a bunch of cousins and all of that, because they'll be at different stages of their lives. When my nephew's getting ready to go to college, so, and my youngest niece is 10 years old. So I think she's 10. Kind of a messed up aunt there. But anyway, but my point is that there will be a significance, not just in age, but you're at different places in your life at that point, right? So, So I'm just wondering whether I should be thinking about a sibling. Now, granted, I have not had this baby yet. I still have it at most 18 weeks to go. But, you know, I'm not a young girl or whatever. You know, I'm not old, but I am 36. And so it is something to think about. Do I want to try to have another one or think about another one in a year or 2 or 3 or something like that? I don't know. But, you know, my husband is on board for whatever I want to do. He's always been that way. Even if I didn't want to have any kids, he always like he said, listen, you got to carry it. So whatever you want to do, I'm totally supportive of. I know he wanted the possibility of raising it, but he also loved our free life without it, you know, and extra disposable income. So I think he would have been okay either way. But he is excited for the fact that we are having this one. And I asked him, independent of me, what would you want to do? And he said he thinks that he would like this child to have a sibling so it can have an additional support system other than just us, because we won't be around forever. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. I don't know. Maybe it's too early. I'm definitely not discounting this one. I'm just, you know, I'm a long-term thinker. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always in the next phase. It's messed up because it's hard for me to enjoy where I am because I'm always into the next phase. I'm always planning long-term. I'm always in the next situation. And so I'm a long-term planner, and that's how I've been my entire life, which has been really good because it's helped me achieve a lot of different goals that I've wanted to achieve and keep my eye on the ball. But at the same time, it prevents me from really living in the moment the way that I should. So I'm already thinking like, okay, after this is done, you know, do I want to do another one? And then if so, when? You know, I know there are women who are having babies into their mid-late 40s. You know, if that's what the plan is, if that's what God's plan is, let me put it that way, I guess that's what I would do. But that's not really what I want to do. I'm trying to shut it down at some point, even though I just opened it up to do one. I'm trying to shut it down at some point. So, you know, but we'll see. We'll see. I know more and more women are having babies in like the mid to late 40s. I'm okay with maybe early 40s. I don't know if I want to go late 40s just because this, for me, is a lot to your body to go through. And again, I'm working out 6 days a week. I've been very good about doing that for the last few months, ever since, even when the first trimester, after even with the morning sickness, I would push myself. So I've been very good about that. And I think that has helped me have, I mean, not a great, listen, I don't know. It hasn't been a bad pregnancy. And I know I probably exaggerate because I don't know what a pregnancy feels like. Because any change, I'm like, wait, what's going on? Why is this, you know? But it's just a situation where, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot on your body. You know, I have an anterior placenta, I found out it was called. And, you know, I will probably get a little more back pain because of that. So I'm just trying to keep my muscles and my body at a certain point, you know, or try to keep myself in as much shape as I can. I'm still not showing as much. I mean, I am showing. It's wrong. I'm 5 months pregnant. I am showing, but I can still hide it. I can put it like that. Like, let me see if I can show you. Like, I have a blazer on, which is always my tactic, but I can still, you know what you can see, but yeah, like, look, I can still hide it. And, you know, from everything, my understanding, my baby is the normal size or what have you. So I'm not out here yet. I know that will come, but not yet. So I'm still in a stage where I can hide. I'm trying to hide it until about 6 months, and then I'll let everyone here know. I think some people kind of know because you can see them kind of like, what's going on down there, but no one really knows. Only, I mean, my friends here know, but no one knows, you know. So still hiding it at work is something I want to do until I'm ready. And that's a personal decision that everyone has to make, or until you just can't hide it anymore. But even if you can't hide it, you don't have to tell people. You could be the one walking around belly down the street and still not saying anything about it because it's nobody's business. That's the reality. But anyway, just thinking, were any of you were any of you the only child? Like, I was somewhat raised as an only child because, like I said, at a very early age, at like 8 and, 11, my siblings were out of the house. So I got to spend a good amount of time being spoiled almost as an only child, which was nice, but a little lonely, So I don't know what I should do when planning for this child. I don't know that I was planned, by the way. I don't think my mom was thinking about necessarily having another kid at that point. So I might have been a little more of a surprise baby. So I'm just wondering, is it too early to think about that? Is that something you should think about? I mean, at one point I was like, oh, I want to have 3 or 4. But then when I got pregnant with this one, it was like, oh yeah, 1 might be okay. I'll buy this baby a lot of toys and make it the most popular kid in the block, like, and then that'll be it. Cause I don't know if I want to go through this again. And I commend anyone who does go through it so many times. But again, your body, I mean, I'm still a person, right? It's my body. I still want to be human, or feel human. And I do feel more human now than I did before. I don't know if that's going to change as I get bigger, but, it's just things to think about. So let me know if you have any thoughts or pros and cons, I guess, of being a single child or only child versus having 1 or 2 siblings, so that are close in age. I mean, I have 1 or 2 siblings, but they weren't as close in age. So 1 or 2 siblings that are closer in age. Anyway, like I said, I have those 2 doctor's appointments this week, so I will definitely let you know how those turn out, and update later in the week after those appointments. All right, guys, thanks for always listening, and I will talk to you soon.